All right, so a couple weeks back, I did a video talking about some thread border routers, specifically the Aqara one, and I talked about how I had ordered the Home Assistant ZBT-1, and it was supposed to come sometime within July. Well, it actually showed up a lot sooner than expected. I just got it today in the mail, so thought we would go ahead, take a look at this, talk about it as an alternative to the Aqara. We will do our setup, and we'll see if I prefer its setup and overall use compared to the Aqara, which wasn't the best because you did have to use Aqara's app, and in reality, you weren't really doing very much through Home Assistant with it. I'm hoping that this is a much different experience. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this box opened. All right, so here we've got our box, and relatively simple. It's nice and small. We are in the batch 2025, so this is something to keep in mind because older models sold between June and October of 2024 may fail when plugged into certain USB-A ports, so make sure that you go ahead and check out their blog about that, but I am safe because I'm in the 2025 batch, so I'm all good there. We get our USB extension cable and the actual adapter itself. We're just going to go ahead and open this thing up. So the read this first is actually relatively important. It's talking about how sensitive the device is to other signals. So you want to use that extension cable, which is why they include it, and try to get the adapter as far away from other things as possible, including USB ports, other microcomputers, stuff like that. So do keep that one in mind. And we got that in there. And then we have our safety and warranty information in here. So that's cool. Then we have the device, and it's very small. It's about the size of an old USB that you would get. Really small here. And then we have a decent length USB extension. I would say maybe just like 1.5 feet in terms of length. So pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this thing plugged in to the Home Assistant server. I'd also really like to give a thumbs up to both Seed Studio and the Nabukasa team for doing no plastic packaging whatsoever. So this is the packaging that Seed Studio, the store that I bought this from, this is how they packed it. They used this paper that, protects everything pretty nicely. Really happy to see that. And then obviously, as we've opened this already, everything in here is paper. There is no plastic. And really the only plastic were the actual dongle and the cable. So really happy to see that as well. So we're just going to plug this into the front USB, and I'm going to place it on top of my other server for now. And eventually I'm going to go ahead and tape it up, but just doing this for quickness purposes. And now we're back on our server. I've got it plugged in. I got it passed through using Proxmox. We can double check to see if Home Assistant can see it by going to Settings, System, Hardware, letting this really briefly load, and then going to All Hardware. And then if you scroll down, you'll be able to see a bunch of the USBs plugged in. So we have my Zigbee one, we have my Zeus for my Z-Wave, and then we have the Nabukasa ZBT-1. So that is great to see. So now we're going to go back to Settings. We're going to go to Devices and Services, and now it'll be discovered, Home Assistant ZBT-1. We're going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to be setting this up as a thread because, as mentioned, I already have a Zigbee, so we're going to do thread. Now, if you originally set this up as a Zigbee, and then you want to use it as thread, they have a whole process of doing that. I'm going to show this up on the screen. I'll leave links down in the description as well. And multi-protocol is not really officially supported. It's still like a beta thing. They don't suggest it overall, and that was one of the biggest issues that I was dealing with in terms of a bunch of other devices. I tried to get my Sonoff to do multi-support, and it just wasn't working great. I'm hoping that the ZBT-1 really makes that a lot easier. So here it's just going ahead and installing some firmware. And it's done. So that's pretty sweet. We can go ahead and submit it. We're going to go ahead and put this into the server rack. And the name is just going to be as such. I'm not going to change it. We're going to press finish. And there we go. If we go back here, we can see that we have our open thread border router. And it is the ZBT-1. So that is great. So now what I want to do is I want to go into my thread here. We're going to go into the settings. And we see that I already have a thread network set up. This was when I was originally trying to use a Google Nest Hub as my thread border router. So it's already set up as a NestPan 6821. And now we have this thread border router set up. So we can go ahead and use this router for Android and iOS credentials. So that's going to be our preferred router. So we got that all set up. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a Thread Matter device integrated into our Home Assistant. All right, so we have a similar setup as last time. I have this Casa smart plug that is Matter enabled, and we're going to go ahead and try to get this integrated in Home Assistant using the ZBT-1 as the Thread border router. So I'm going to show you on both Android and Apple just a setting that you should check whenever you set up a new Thread border router. It's just a recommended step. So on Android, you're going to go to Companion app. You're going to go down here and you're going to find troubleshooting. And then you're just going to do sync thread credentials. And there we go. And then on iOS, you're going to go to the Companion app as well, and then you're going to go down until you find debugging. And then we're going to go to thread and allow, and we're just going to go ahead and make sure that everything looks okay. And we can press transfer to Home Assistant and just make sure that everything's kind of all synced up here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go to Devices and Services, Add Integration, Add a Matter device, Know It's New. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you're on the Wi-Fi network that you want to connect your IoT devices to. So do make sure that you have that done. And we're just going to go ahead and scan the QR code here and add to Home Assistant. All right. So we got it integrated, which is fantastic. And we are now able to name this one. So we're just going to call this one Demo Plug for now. I'm going to reset it again later as well. Continue. And there we go. Outlet added to Home Assistant. We're all good to go. And now if we look in our Home Assistant here, we're able to see the plug was added, which is fantastic. And we have everything that we need to right now. It doesn't know it's firmware, but that's just a portion of what's going on there. It notices that the plug is turned on. If I go ahead and turn it off, it picks it up that it got turned off right away. So everything's working well. We got it all connected. So overall, I really do like the ZBT-1. It is a much easier process to do if you're using Home Assistant. The Aqara M100 was nice. And it's great that it doesn't have to be plugged in directly to the system, so you can kind of plug it into any USB you want. But you do have a lot less control over the actual device through Home Assistant than you do with the ZBT-1. And the Aqara one, you do have to end up signing up. You have to use their app. You have to do everything through their app, which I'm not a really big fan of. And if you're able to get the ZBT-1 from somewhere like Seed Studio, where it is a lot cheaper, it's $30, the pricing difference isn't too much of a impact there. Some of the places that are selling the ZBT-1 are selling it for quite a bit more, so do keep that in mind. But I'm overall really happy with it. I would prefer the ZBT-1 over the Aqara M100 if you're going to be using it for Thread. And I just overall personally really enjoy having a lot more of that control within Home Assistant and just being able to do a lot more setup, reconfigure things if I need to, do a much easier reset if I need to reset my Thread network and do some new changes. I'm overall really happy with it. And that brings us to the end of this video. So I'm really curious what you guys think. Do you like the idea of the ZBT-1? Did you watch my previous video about the Aqara Hub? Which one of the two would you personally choose to set up your Thread network with? Again, I'm pretty happy with it. This is going to be a great solution, and I'm hoping to add more Matter devices to my network using this as the Thread border router. So with all that said, I really do hope you found this video helpful, and if not, I at least hope you found it interesting. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you like, subscribed. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can leave those down in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to them all as quickly as I can. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors who allow me to buy things like this, and big thanks to you for watching to the end of this video. If you do want to watch any other videos relating to Home Assistant or any of the stuff that I'm setting up within my house, you can check out the playlist right up here. As always, stay safe out there. I'll see you next time.